What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Sacramento Kings are the most fun to watch team in the entire NBA, and it's awesome to see after everything they've gone through. I want to talk about this team, the progress they've made, who I think really deserves the most credit, and I'm going to break that all down. All right, so before we do, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But let's talk about the Sacramento Kings, and let's get into it. So the Sacramento Kings are just flat out destroying all expectations by like a good mile. It's not even close. A lot of people thought they were going to be a 10 to 15 seed in the West, and they are the third seed in the West, and pretty decisively so. And they're the best offense in the entire NBA. Best offense in the entire league, most electric offense in the entire league. They're getting it from all different types, all different guys. So you're not just, one or two guys leading the show. There's a lot of dudes stepping up every single night, and this offense is just a juggernaut. You look at their offense in the statistics alone, they're top 5 in assists per game, top 10 in fast break points per game, so they get out and run, which is, if you want to watch entertaining basketball, teams that run are usually pretty entertaining, and they're very good in transition. What are they? They're the number 2 overall shooting team in the entire league, and they're like, I think, top 5 or top 7 in threes per game, top 5 in free throws made per game, so they're getting their buckets in all different variations. I think a lot of that goes to their coaching and to their star players' play styles particularly. But offensively, they're just really, really good. They play really sound basketball. They don't turn it over a ton, so that kind of limits the fast break defensive opportunities that they end up in. So I think the offense is just special, right? When you have guys like De'Aaron Fox, who are electric, Domantas Sabonis having the best season of his career, and then you have guys like Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray stepping it up. There's more guys you can name, but when all those dudes are clicking, they're really hard to beat. They put up 175 points in a game this season. That pretty much rarely ever gets done. Did they give up like 170 plus? Sure, but they won. So that's all that matters. They were able to outscore the opponent on a night you needed to outscore the opponent. Shout out the Clippers, though, because that game was absolutely crazy. But in reality, the unsung hero of this entire team and getting them to mesh so well is Mike Brown, head coach. It's runaway coach of the year, in my opinion, because when you look at expectations and for what this team was expected to do, right, being a 10 to 15 seed, winning maybe 30 games at most, and they've already surpassed that, and there's still 15 games left in the season, he's done an extraordinary job for a team that has been in the gutter for the better part of 20 years. To be able to drag them and put them all together like this with so many different moving pieces, guys that do different things, and getting it to fit, putting this whole puzzle together, he deserves a lot of credit. I think one thing is they're very disciplined. They don't foul a lot. And on whenever they do make turnovers or commit turnovers, they don't give up a lot of fast break transition buckets. They're very good in stopping that, and that's the mark of a team that is very consistent and has their discipline down, which starts with coaching. So I think he deserves so much credit. The runaway coach of the year. Sure, there's some other guys that you can name that are very, very deserving of at least some credit, but it's Mike Brown, coach of the year. Obviously, after that, it goes down to your star players, which is De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. They're both having career years, which big reason being the coaching, right? He's putting them in situations to succeed. Fox is like the most clutch scorer in the entire league this year. I love the variety in which he scores in between threes, layups, dunks, free throws, mid-range. He kind of does a lot of everything. He's really, really hard to game plan for because you don't really know what he's going to do. And then Sabonis out here giving you like 19 points, 12, 13 rebounds, and like 7 assists on amazing efficiency. What else can you ask for out of a big man like that? It's crazy. But these guys are put into situations to succeed by their coaching. And they're also just excelling, right? They're just playing great basketball on top of it. So they deserve credit too. I think another thing that's really, really kind of turning out pretty well as the season is progressing is Harrison Barnes and Keegan Murray as like a forward kind of tandem is a pretty good little setup they got going there. Harrison giving you the 15, 16 points. Keegan giving you over the last like 20 games, I think he's given like 12, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and like 43% on threes, and he's hitting like 3 or 4 a game almost. So I think he had a game against the Rockets with 8 threes or something like that. For a rookie that's kind of the 3rd, 4th, 5th fiddle on the roster to be having a game like that, special, right? So I love the job this team is doing, particularly starting from the coaching and then trickling down all throughout the players. Do you agree with me that this is the most fun team in the NBA? I think they're the most shocking team in the NBA at the same time because of what the expectations were. I did not think they were going to be good. About midway through the season, I started to notice that I made a little video on them. I was like, hey, they're playing good ball. It's fun. Like, it's energetic. The arena is probably the loudest in the league right now, which love that because I can't wait for the playoffs because you already know that place is going to be rocking. Um, I think they're in such a sweet situation right now that even no matter what happens in the playoffs, it's a W of a season. What do you think their playoff expectations should be? Like, obviously they're a 3 seed, but like I don't know if you're like, oh yeah, title contender or like anything like that. I think you should just be enjoying the ride because they're all so young and it's just a fun team playing ball and playing good ball together. I think they're kind of like a second round team that's taking somebody to 6 or 7 games and is not rolling over. Like I think that's a awesomely successful season. And maybe I don't want to put, I probably shouldn't even say that. I don't even want to put a box on them. I don't want to put a roof on them. I don't want to put a ceiling on them because maybe they do something crazy special. They've been doing it all year, so it's possible. I'm just excited to see. Where do you guys think they're going to finish as the season ends? I think they're definitely a top 4 team. I know Phoenix is kind of rolling too with Kevin Durant, obviously. But they should be a home court team, and they're the best offense in the NBA, and they have great coaching. They have star players. They kind of got good depth. I didn't even talk about all the depth pieces. I talked about a few, but you could do like a whole 30-minute monologue on the rest of the guys on that team because they're all playing very, very important roles. But I don't want to go all the way into that. I just want to put a little bit of a light on Mike Brown, particularly in the job he's done and the team being so damn fun. Pretty much, right? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video, but like the beam, baby, because this team is going crazy and it's so fun to see. But shout out to the Kings. Love it. I'm done here. Peace.